Hello, we're live. Welcome to Women in Action podcast. And today we're talking about how, as entrepreneurs, we go through our ups and downs of being an online business owner. And so if you're a therapist or coach and you're working online, there are going to be ups and downs. So my guest today, Emma Ursuline, is going to talk to us about how we can overcome that and how we can make that ride, the ups and the downs, an enjoyable ride. Hello, Emma. So lovely to see you today.
Oh, thank you. Lovely to be here. Thanks for having me, Bev.
It's really good because yesterday we were talking to Avril about self-care, and as entrepreneurs, whether we're working with clients, a service, we provide a service, and I'm a speech therapist, so I provide a service to my patients, and I'm always thinking about them, as a coach when I'm coaching therapists in their business and setting up their own private practice. I'm thinking about them and their business, and often it's like we forget about ourselves. And when things are going down, either personally or professionally, there's all these feelings erupt, don't they? So I wanted to just come to you and say, well, tell us who you are, where you're based, and what you do, and why you do it. More importantly, why you chose to do that particular field of expertise.
Oh, interesting. I love it. I love talking about this. It's amazing. It's so true what you said. So, yeah, I have been on a journey myself. That's how I started my business. This need, I wasn't aware of what I wasn't aware of. And so I started to work on myself, a journey of self-development, really. I've always been interested in that for a long time. It's been like 10 years. I've always been reading those books, but it just evolved and grew. And I started to realize the power of this personal development and being self-aware and working on ourselves and what it could do for us. And then obviously being an online entrepreneur as well, as we call it, experiencing all those things and how it's helped me in my business, those ups and downs we've had. But I help women with that side of it because I've realized how important that is. We grow and evolve in our business, and we need to look after ourselves to help aid that, and be successful. So, yeah.
So when women come to you with their problems, I mean, tell me a little bit about your background in terms of your training that you've done and how that training helps you in your work with those women.
So I did have a holistic background to begin with. So, it came from that really, the holistic side, and then the personal development. But then the need to find out myself, I was searching for something, the puzzles to the steps, just tell me what to do. I was always just like, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. I'm quite open to learning and evolving, but I didn't know what to do. Like, I was learning all these things, but it wasn't fitting in. And I wasn't working on the basics, that self-care, that mindset, all the problems that we face, that self-doubt and everything like that. So I decided to take a coaching qualification, not because I wanted to be a coach, because I was just curious. And I did the qualification, that was it. Blew my mind. So I was like, I have to show people how powerful these tools are, and developing over my own experiences and what I was lacking in at the time. I developed Coach Myself Happy. So I just spread the word now and show people how powerful those tools are.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited to be getting your book actually in a few days' time. I wanted to share it with everyone. Probably doesn't do it justice really having it on Amazon here, but let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, so I'm going to share it with everyone. And while I open that up, just tell me why you created that book.
So I love a workbook. I love, just give me actionable steps, just give me simple tools, show me what to do. I like writing, I like, being organized. And so the workbook, so I was starting to show these tools in little workbooks, worksheets, PDFs. I started to sell them. You can buy them separately. And this massive like 7-step method started to evolve. So basically it's the 7-step method. It's just actionable steps. It's a workbook basically, so you can fill it out, you can work through it. But most of all, it's like a personal development toolkit. You know, when you're feeling you're having a bad day, you can pick it up and just say, you know what, I need this part today, right? I'm going to focus on this. It's like a toolkit, and they're just actionable steps that you can fill in and write that workbook out and just use them over and over again, really. So
yeah. So I think I'll probably end up taking it on holiday with me, because I'm going to Italy at the end of 2 weeks, the end of August. And, you know, I think burnout is something that as entrepreneurs, I think everyone probably has experienced it to a greater or lesser extent. And I was wondering what your tips would be to overcome those sort of like those really low moments in that ride.
Yeah, definitely. For me, is definitely the first one is know your limitations. Like, know yourself, get to know yourself. What is it you're capable of? What you enjoy in your business? What are the good bits? What are the bad bits? You know, I tend to switch off at 3. I get that lull. So I wake up at a ridiculous hour at 6, because that's my power hour, you know, and I've got to know that about myself, and that's okay. This is your business. This is your rules. You know, this is the whole reason why we have these online businesses. It gives us that freedom, but don't let it take that away from you. So know your limitations, know your best times that you're good at working, you know, time block a little bit, right? I'm good at this time, and walk away from it, have those breaks, and know what feels good for you. If you're tired, you know, I always say, like, show up 100% in your business, but if that 100% that day is just you sitting at your desk and planning the next day out, then so be it. You know, this is why we have these online businesses, so we can evolve and move around what we're capable of. So definitely know your limitations. That's the first tip. Second would be work on your mindset. Like, these mindset blocks that stop us, and sometimes we're not even aware of what's stopping us, and get so frustrated that we're not moving forward with things and evolving. Like, work on that mindset. And you know, the blocks that we have, this self-doubt, the confidence, the procrastination, all these things that are just like, oh, it's so frustrating. So you know, the first point is self-awareness. We can't change anything if we don't know what's about, you know. So working on the mindset, second tip. And the third is get help, get mentors, get coaches, get in memberships. It changed my life. Like, I didn't realize, I always thought that people were trying to sell me things and, you know, be part of it. No, I'm so glad that I did change my mindset on that, because it helped me grow and evolve so much to have that support. There's amazing help out there. So get some mentor, get someone that inspires and motivates you, that you enjoy being around. So they're my 3 tips.
And I mean, one of the things that I was saying to my husband today, that, you know, I'm really looking forward to doing something for myself. We talked about this yesterday with Avril, that, you know, finding that kind of those things that you enjoy doing outside of your business and really going for it. And so one of the things that I really like doing is art, you know, just painting, doodling, whatever, that sort of thing, and journaling. And I'm a Christian, so I love the prayer aspect of journaling and prayer, you know. So I created a book called Prayer Art Journal, and I'm having some ladies from London and Surrey area coming over to the Isle of Wight, because I live on an island, and they're coming over for the weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. And I was saying to my husband how I was really looking forward to that, you know. I've got to get that planned, but I'm also sort of getting involved with trying to do my membership launch this week and next week. But it's, you know, it's something to look forward to. Having something that you're looking forward to that's outside your work is really important as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that balance as well, you know, like you're saying, the creativity, you know, you probably doing that then will spark creativity in your business, because you're feeling refreshed and alive. And that balance, that homeostasis, isn't it? Like, we get burnout because we're just so focused on our business and we forget about the other things that we enjoy and we're good at. Laughter, you know, as well, like having a laugh. It gets so serious with our business. And, you know, just having a laugh with people that are going through the same thing, that's just a simple tool you can do. Connect with people.
It is.
Creativity is massive as well. It's good for the mind. So all those kind of things. But, you know, sometimes it's hard to figure out what we're missing. You know, I help a lot of people and they come to me. It's like, right, just let's get it all out. Just tell me where you're at. And then I'll start picking. And, you know, often it's like, well, you're out of balance here a little bit. Let's focus on what you know, you're good at, or, you know, you want to enjoy. And then they're like, I don't know what that is. And then we start picking at that, you know, so.
Yeah, it's just having that time to be able to do that with someone, isn't it? And making that time, making it a priority, because sometimes as owners, especially if we're still doing a 9-to-5 job, or whether it's full-time or part-time, or we're juggling, you know, kids and family and those responsibilities, maybe aging parents or whatever the responsibilities are, we kind of like say, oh, we don't have time because we've got to go do this for this person and that for that person, and you know, I just don't have time, you know, and obviously there's the business, and then I just don't have time for me.
Well, and have that self-compassion, you know, we're helping other people, you know, we're giving a service, you know, service to other people, but if we can't do that for ourselves, how are people going to respect us to give it to them if we're not doing it ourselves? It doesn't make sense. They see that we're doing that, and it shines out of us almost, doesn't it, when we feel like we can then share that with other people. So that self-compassion is so important.
So in the times that are down and the times that are up, because I always say that the entrepreneurial journey is like a roller coaster. You know, there are going to be those ups and downs, and there's no, you know, no getting away from that, really. We all have our ups and downs. But sometimes, you know, when you look at other people, I think when people look at me, they think, oh, you know, you get on the podcast and you're just talking, and you're so confident in it. But really, deep down, there's that fear in me. Sort of like, I don't really want to do this because I'm afraid of being judged, or afraid of getting out there, or just afraid of getting started, you know. And it's just this fear that stops us, isn't it? You know.
I think what a good tool with that is you remember your why. Why are you doing this? Like, why are you actually doing this business? You know, what is it you want to create? Is it freedom? Is it money? Is it you want to help people? You know, if it's you want to help people, focus on service. Remember that. You know, you're helping people, you're getting out there, and that's the whole point of it. It's your freedom, and you're taking away your freedom. You know, go back to the basics. Why did you start this business in the first place? You know, like, remember that. And that, you know, that judgment as well. They're not paying our bills, you know, they're not paying our bills. So what do we care what they think? The people that want to listen to us will find us. But how can they find us if we're not getting out there and sharing our message or helping people, or, you know, so remember that as well.
And there's, I mean, I do have therapists who are really struggling with not they're necessarily a business, but it's like the external things, you know, maybe you've got a sick child, or maybe you've got a sick husband, or, you know, just wondering whether I have to pay the rent this month, or whatever it is, you know, those sort of external worries. And then that means that, oh, well, I can't push forward in my business. What would you say to those sort of things? Because they're not just like trivial, you know, they are real worries.
Yeah, they're things that really stop us, don't they? Because it's that stress factor then that kicks in, and that overrides everything, because it just takes over everything. You know, we're just stressed, and we can't, that frustration all of a sudden, the pressure that we have on ourselves. But I think it's being not organized, because it's like, oh, you know, I'm all over the place. Not a lot of people can be organized, but saying, you know, that time out for yourself to recharge so that you can cope with those stresses and to be resilient when those times are tough, you know, having that time out, like you just talked about, that personal development. I need 5 minutes for myself, because I can't give if I'm coming from this place of lack and stress, and, you know, you're not getting that clarity or that direction of what you've got to do, because you're coming from that place of lack and stress, aren't you? So you've got to recognize when that's happening, and, you know, it's that self-compassion again. You know, we're giving to everybody else, but you've got to have that time to give to yourself, because you won't be able to do that. So that's another stress. So it's like, it doesn't make sense that we're doing that, really. So it's part.
And I love your story, because you told me about, just before we came on air, you told me about how the struggles you were having personally, and how you came over that. Could you just tell us a little bit more about that? Because obviously they weren't listening, I was listening.
Yeah. I mean, I move around a lot. I live in different countries, and when I met my husband, his part of his job was traveling around, and I had a really good job and a network and everything, you know, where I lived. And then all of a sudden I was stripped of that. My net worth, my network, my friends, my family. I was far away. It was a foreign country. Money, lost a lot of money. I was just stripped bare of everything. It was very hard it was that journey of finding myself again. And then we moved again. It kept happening, that loss of identity, you know, like you just said, when you're looking after family, kids, elderly people, you're looking after everyone else, you're doing this work, and you start to lose your identity. You don't know who you are anymore. And you're like, what do I even like doing? What, you know, and I said before, like, you ask them, what do you like doing? They're like, I don't actually know. Like, you lose that identity, you forget who you are. And I've had to do that many, many times. And, you know, that, what's my purpose? Why am I here? And who am I? You know, all those questions you ask yourself, what am I even doing? So that's happened to me many a times. I went through IVF as well many times. We lost pregnancies, moving, lost jobs. Oh, you name it, I've done it.
So, it can get really, really disheartening, can't it, when you're
life happens, you know. This is, you know, not to be scared of that. Life happens, and not focusing on those things and finding the good bits. You know, this is the personal development, being able to see those good bits when we're having that stress, being able to recognize, you know, those areas that we can focus on that make us feel good again.
So I just wanted to remind everyone that, you know, you can listen to this episode at teletherapyinaction.com/34. When it's finished, obviously, I will upload it and put it there. But Emma, it's been really lovely to speak to you today, and just to find out what you do. And I wanted to share actually your page on Instagram, if you don't mind, and if you could just talk us through what kind of things you do and you offer as part of your services.
So I do a lot of group coaching. So my program, Coach Myself Happy, which is my big signature program, runs a few times a year. That's starting in September. You can get on the wait list for that, for when that's launching. That's the chance to work right through my Coach Myself Happy program to support you, maybe in your business, you know, that personal development alongside your business. That goes for 8 weeks. So that's starting in September. I also do lots of little workshops here and there. I've got Facing My Fears workshop running on the 10th of August. That's an online 1-hour workshop. It's just focusing on our different types of fears that block us from moving forward. What else have I got going on? I coach live every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday I'm a resident coach on Axio. It's a free app, and you can join my live cast on there, as the link's on there, Axio Daily app. So I do 20-minute coaching sessions twice a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So you can then see how I work. You can get a free coaching session. We delve into so many things. I take snippets from my signature program, Coach Myself Happy, and it's free. So you can fill up on all that value without having to pay for it, and see how I work, and see if you like working with me, and then maybe join my big program in September.
Yeah. Okay. That is fantastic. So I will put the link. Actually, we can put the link in I'm just going to put it inside banner here. So should all be able to see the link there. So linktr.ee /happyhealthierafter. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll be able to see the link. And if you want to catch up on it, then also go to teletherapyinaction.com/34. So that's where you can get in touch with Emma there as well. So thank you so much, Emma, for coming on today, and it's been really lovely to chat to you.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's amazing to, share things that we all go through. It's normal, and talking about it, it's important to talk about it as well, isn't it? So thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so there you have it. And if you are going through those struggles, those fears, feelings of self-doubt, lacking confidence, whatever it is normal. First of all, I wanted to say that we all go through that whenever we're thinking of setting up something new and running our own business. But one of the fears I know that therapists and coaches have is usually about pricing. What am I going to price my services at? What am I going to offer? Is it going to be good enough? All those sort of questions. And that's why I will be doing a workshop on Friday, 6 p.m. UK time, which I think is 1 p.m. Eastern time. So wherever you are in the world, check that out, and I will leave the link in the comments in the description below. Okay, take care everyone. Bye for now.